threats will be for drivers and where we could see major power outages.
From the Weather Channel headquarters in Atlanta, you're watching Weather Center Live. Hey there, thanks for joining us for this special coverage and extended coverage of Winter Storm Cleon. I'm Paul Goodlow.
And I'm Kyla Grogan. We want to make sure we keep everybody informed. That's why we've extended our coverage for you today. And for good reason, when we take a look at places like Minneapolis, take a live look there now. The snow has been falling all day, and you can see how the visibility is so reduced because of that snow that just doesn't want to stop.
Yeah, and behind the snow will come cold air. Not just, a teen here, a 20 there. We're talking temperatures below zero, and you might not get back above freezing until sometime next week.
Hey, that's some good news. All right, well, we're going to go in-depth now with a look at our winter storm, Cleon.
With our storm specialist, Dr. Greg Postel, who's live in the Global Forecast Center. And, yeah, Greg, this storm is packing a punch.
It is, and just looking at that tower cam that you guys showed, the snow has picked up intensity in the last hour. Look at that. I mean, just the last shot that we had there, you could see those buildings very clearly in the distance. Now they're becoming a little bit more obscure. The snow is coming down harder. It's now officially at a moderate clip. The visibility is a half a mile, so if it kept snowing like this for another hour, you might get another inch. So it's not done yet in Minneapolis. And we know it's not done in Duluth. Let's have a look at the radar right now and show you where it's snowing. It's this area shaded in blue right in there, where it's only 30 degrees in Minneapolis. Again, it's not that cold yet, but trust me, it's going to get a lot colder over the next few days, as Paul was saying. Duluth, moderate to heavy snowfall rates, maybe over an inch per hour up that way, 32 degrees. And let's zoom in tight here on Mini and show you where the back edge of the snow is here. It's coming in from the west very quickly. So once that moves through, I think your snow is over. So I'd say maybe another half hour to 45 minutes or so worth of snow in Mini. And from what I looked at there, Chanhassen, where the Weather Service office is just west of town, had about an hour or two ago 5.5 inches, so they'll probably end up with about 6.5 inches at least across the Minneapolis area, right there just west of downtown. This is how much more we expect across the western Great Lakes. Duluth, 3 to 5 more inches there, and really up in here, Arrowhead in Minnesota, maybe quite a bit more than that. So this is not it, though. We know that Cleon is going to linger and produce more problems tomorrow in terms of ice and freezing rain and snow, and also into Friday. Look at this. This continues on across parts of the south, all the way from the southern plains to the Ohio Valley. We've got snow in blue, sleet in pink, freezing rain in purple. Guys, there could be power outages and lots of travel problems, big significant weather coming your way. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Dr. Postel. Well, when the snow is falling, the wind is blowing, we've got Mike Seidel out in the field, and he is in Duluth, Minnesota, ground zero for some very cold weather.
Yeah, not cold right now, but Mike, I got to say that people there in northern Minnesota, they really cherish this cold air, so a lot of people are probably stoked that we're talking about a single digits, even below zero highs coming.
Now, these are the professionals, and you don't play around with professionals up here in the area of Minnesota. Now, there are a few that will complain when the high doesn't get to zero, like the case will be maybe several days as we get into the weekend and early next week or close to zero. They're just saying, okay, that maybe is a little too much. But right now, we're still balmy. We're in the low 30s, 32. The wind, though, is annoying, coming right off Superior, perpendicular right into the face, and blowing the snow back towards town as we head towards sunset here on this Wednesday afternoon. Over 20 inches so far, and as you go up the escarpment, just a mile or two west of here, it's deeper. We're getting a little influence here because the water is 40 degrees. As far as the cold air, it's coming in. Let's take a look at that forecast. Again, this is it for the warmth. Average high 26. We won't see that after tonight until, well, for the next 10 days at least. Temperatures tomorrow will fall to 10 at 7 a.m. and then stay around 10 all day. Wind chills below zero. Friday morning, the wind chills go down to 30 below zero. Look at those lows over the weekend. 12, 13, 14 below zero. Look at the goose eggs on there for highs. Average high now about 25, 26. And another shot comes in early next week, guys. And it stays bitterly cold up here. Now the wind will begin to die down a little bit over the weekend, so that minus 30 wind chill will moderate. But still, it is just going to be teeth-chattering weather. And guess what? I'm leaving town.
He he's heading out.
I don't have to stick around for that. I don't
Fair
have enough
enough.
layers packed for that.
Yeah,
Back to
indeed.
you guys.
No kidding. That's serious. All right. Thank you, Michael. And there's also a severe side to this winter storm.
Let's bring in our severe weather expert, Dr. Rick Forrest, with more on the severe side of Winter Storm Cleon. Greg?
Yeah, indeed. The south side of that front, it is balmy, unseasonably warm weather across the Gulf Coast states. There could be a few severe thunderstorms tapping that warmth. Let's take a look. Here tomorrow in red are the places that could have some of that, including near Houston, across Lake Charles, Louisiana, up to Jackson, Mississippi, Birmingham, and the Huntsville area. Wouldn't even rule out a tornado. I think the storms are going to be pretty spotty, but still, if it hits your home, it's bad enough. It's not going to be a huge outbreak as I see it, because the cold pocket aloft that usually triggers these severe weather events is going to give most of its energy to the winter side of this storm system. So it's mostly going to be driven by a cold front pushing into this very warm temperatures. Even today, here across these goldish kind of areas, it's been well up into the 70s, a few places in the 80s. Back behind the front, though, it's a lot colder up there in blue, and I'll show you what that's going to happen. Here's the front. You can see how the winds shift direction from off the Gulf of Mexico to suddenly coming in from the north. And it starts out there, and by the time we get about 24 hours from now, the front has marched all the way to here. So it's going to be along that front as it marches into the moisture air, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, where we'll have that threat for some severe thunderstorms. But that front down in here will be way away from the upper level jet stream. So when that happens, we don't usually get big outbreaks, but still along that front with that kind of moisture and warmth that's coming in there, a few storms may get a damaging wind gust. That front then will continue slowly off into maybe the Carolinas on Friday. Saturday there could be a chance of an isolated severe storm, but tomorrow it's Huntsville and Birmingham down to Houston. Then on Friday, a little bit farther east, some of these same areas, but anywhere from the New Orleans, Mobile up to the Birmingham area, spotty damaging wind gusts, some locally heavy rain, and a chance of a tornado. Pretty isolated though, not a big outbreak. Paul, Kyla?
Well, Winter Storm Cleon has slowed down a lot of drivers today.
Certainly has. Take a look at this. Plenty of snow and ice on the ground in South Dakota, and drivers taking their time getting around. If you're planning on hitting the road in the coming days, we've got information for you to help ease your travel concerns. That's coming up.
Ready to run your lines? Okay.
Alright, so as you guys just saw there, Winter Cleon has made its history, and it is still continuing right now as they speak. Now, there is a lot of stuff to talk about with Winter Storm Cleon, because not only that, it does have a severe side, but it's not as severe. What's the most severe out of this is the snow. A lot of people has been getting more than 26 inches of snow. And this snow is going to impact half of the United States. That's right. 25 states will be impacted with Winter Storm Cleon. Now, we are pretty much looking at something very, very incredible. But for us, though, in Chicago, well, we won't really get much. We'll possibly get about maybe 2 to 4 inches of snow. I'm not quite sure exactly what we have there yet. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be very interesting. And those of you who are on the West Coast, I'm sorry about what is happening around you. But I do know that a lot of you guys are loving it. Even those of you who does not even have to go to school. Yeah. Alright, this is the local on the 8s. As you can see, not really much. The southeast does stay warm. Look at that. That's all right now, actually. Tomorrow's forecasts in those cities, well, they're not really cold like us. That's what time it is right now. We have a dense fog advisory in effect until 6 o'clock p.m. this evening for Chicago. Well, it reached the high of 55 degrees today, which is actually pretty good. But we are dropping very, very shortly here. And I'm pretty sure that Chicago is pretty much ready to go. I came to school with shorts on today, and the reason for that was because, well, it wasn't that cold outside.
With 10 standard air.
Sounds like that they are still on a commercial break. And here is your 7-day forecast. Look at that. Tuesday, 14 degrees, partly cloudy skies. Wednesday, 19 degrees, mostly sunny skies. Well, yeah, we got some snow Sunday into Monday, but hey, it is what it is, right? Alright. Well, once the commercials are done and over with here, I will have you guys watch us just a bit more as Winter Storm Cleon is making its way from the west to from the Rockies to the Great Lakes. Here we are now.
Winter Storm Cleon delivered a dose of winter to the mile-high city today. I'm talking about Denver, where the temperatures dropped into the single digits. And take a look at this. You can barely see Denver because of the snow that's been coming down. In fact, they closed the zoo today so the animals could have a break and stay warm. But apparently the polar bears are enjoying the cold. I'm not so sure Leanne Grigg is enjoying it as much as the polar bears, but she's been out there all day for us. And Leanne, how you doing? I know the temperatures are not going up, that's for sure.
They're going the opposite direction, that's for sure. The drop actually started yesterday when temperatures were in the 50s, but they've continued to plummet throughout the day. Right now, the wind chill is -10. In Colorado, road crews working around the clock are trying to keep pace with falling snow and icy conditions. Some mountain areas are bracing for up to 2 feet of snow. In Denver, lows below zero are expected for several days. More snow near Duluth, Minnesota, up to a foot today, on top of 26 inches yesterday. By Friday, temperatures in the region could drop to more than 20 below.
Stay indoors a lot more, definitely. I don't like 30 below weather, nobody does, but just part of something that happens.
A lot of snow, it's going to be a white Christmas. And it's nice and cold.
Slick roads are causing dangerous conditions. The Utah Highway Patrol reported more than 160 crashes in Salt Lake County alone. A trooper's vehicle was struck by another car sliding out of control while he was assisting an accident. The cold weather is also threatening crops as far south as California. Citrus farmers worry if their crops still on the vine will survive the cold.
Yeah, you say your prayers, go home, go to bed, get back up the next morning and see what's happening.
A massive Arctic blast affecting more than 30 million people in 25 states, still far from over. The icy blast is expected to be followed by another later this week, creating a cold period that hasn't been seen since the 1990s. Kyla?
Boy, all right. Thank you so much, Leanne, out there braving the cold for us. Well, if you're going to be braving the roads, Paul has your travel forecast.
Yeah, the roads and the airports both going to be headaches over the next several days because of this winter storm, and also another one potentially behind it, which also could do some damage. Right now in Denver, good news is no long delays at the airport, although we're at Pena Boulevard trying to get there could be slow at times. Right now it's 8 degrees, the wind chill is 10 below. And 8's going to seem balmy over the next couple of days because our temperatures won't get above freezing until perhaps this time next week. Meanwhile, to the Twin Cities we go. We're all seeing delays at the airport here. The snow still coming down. Some areas over 5 inches already. It's 30 degrees in the air. But on your skin with the wind, it feels like 23 degrees at the airport. Well, half-hour delay continues here. Meanwhile, to Chicago we go. We're seeing some light drizzle and some fog out there. Lots of clouds. And again, temperature's 54 degrees. You're mild now. That's going to change over the next several days. And we have a 44-minute delay at the airport. Now, in terms of the roadways, the big concern over the next, say, 48 hours, even 72 hours, will be the developing ice situation stretching from western Texas, northern Texas, into Oklahoma, into Arkansas, southern Missouri. Even St. Louis could see some ice and some snow, also pushing into the Ohio Valley for some potential icing situations. So we're talking about Interstate 70, I-44, Highway 40 here in St. Louis. all parts of that road are elevated, so the rush hour tomorrow, the snow, the ice coming down, making driving very difficult. And also into Memphis. Yes, we have the concern for ice. Our temperatures dipping into the 30s, and we can see some slick spots, especially in the bridges, especially as you head over the Big Muddy. Kyle?
All right, thank you, Paul. Well, what will it be at your house? Will it be snow, sleet, ice, or maybe freezing rain? It makes a big difference what type of wintry precip you get. Dr. Greg Postel will lay down the lines on who's getting what. That is straight ahead for you here on Weather Center Live.
I have low testosterone.
All right. Yes, there's a lot of stuff happening with Winter Storm Cleon, and I'm afraid that we are not going to see that other part because my video is kind of taping a little short here. So due to that, well, guys, that's all we have here for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Because, well, Winter Storm Cleon is making its way. And, those of you who are in the Rockies and in the Midwest, well, those of you who are in Chicago, you still have a little time. But not too much longer because pretty soon it's going to get super, super cold. And if you have flowers or anything that will get ruined in frozen temperatures, please make sure you bring them inside. Because then they will get frostbitten and die. That's about it. And please, guys, I know we're in Chicago, and I know we're kind of used to this weather. But, we're going to have to start wearing pants. Because wearing shorts, well, that's not going to do anymore. Because once that 14-degree weather hits, yeah, you're going to wish you had pants on. Alright. Yeah. Like I said, guys, this winter is going to be major for the whole entire United States. It's going to be major. Not only that, parts of, well, actually, Florida, I would say about 95% of that state will see snow this year. This year, yes, they will see 95% of that state will see snow this year, this winter. So, heads up to everybody because, yeah, this is going to be one rough, wintry, pattern, and, yeah. Alright, I will see you guys tomorrow.